Co-living as a third place. Co-living spaces offer the perfect opportunity for people to come together and form a community. They should provide a safe and welcoming environment that encourages socializing, collaboration, and meaningful relationships. Co-living spaces often offer amenities like communal kitchens, cafes, and other gathering areas, providing a full-fledged third place for people to hang out and build meaningful relationships. In a co-living space, residents can take advantage of common spaces designed to facilitate interaction and build a sense of community. Many co-living spaces host social events such as game nights, potlucks, and movie nights, which can help residents connect with one another and build strong relationships. Co-living spaces attract like-minded people who often share similar interests, making it easier to form new friendships and foster a sense of community, even beyond just the residents of the co-living. I like to call this the extended community, which we will expand on later. So, what makes for a third place? The term third place was coined by the sociologist Ray Oldenburg. While the first place would be your home, maybe your bedroom in a co-living, and the second place would be your work, maybe the co-working space in a co-living. The third place is another space where people build community, connections, and serendipitous interaction. Here are the key ingredients to a good third place. Neutral ground. People are there voluntarily and have little to no obligation to stay or participate beyond their own desire. Equalizer. A good third place is open to all, regardless of their social, economic, or cultural status. Conversation is key. While other activities might occur, the primary focus is on playful, good-natured conversation and informal social interaction. Accessibility and accommodation. They are conveniently located, ideally within walking distance, and have accommodating hours. The regulars. A successful third place has a core group of regulars who help set the tone, create a welcoming atmosphere, and often integrate newcomers. Wholesome. They tend to be unpretentious and comfortable rather than extravagant or exclusive. Playful atmosphere. The mood is generally lighthearted, fun, and free from tension or animosity. Home away from home. Occupants feel a sense of warmth, belonging, and even ownership over the space, similar to how they feel in their own homes. Invites lingering. Unlike businesses that might discourage loitering, third places welcome and even encourage people to stay as long as they like. Fosters active interaction. While passive interaction is possible, the most effective third places actively encourage discourse and conversation among people, even strangers. Affordable or free. Cost should not be a barrier to entry or participation, allowing for regular and easy access for a wide range of people. So, how would a co-living space integrate the concept of a third place? Well, it doesn't have to be complicated, but it does depend on what the co-living can offer. For example, I frequented a co-living in Bucharest that had a sort of living room where people would inevitably interact and hang out. Downstairs was also a terrace, which was another example in this same co-living. These two examples were not perfect examples because people who were not staying in the co-living wouldn't typically come around unless they were invited as a guest from another resident. However, this co-living ended up converting some space on the ground floor into a cafe which opened it up to non-residents to come and hang out. Co-livings can integrate the concept of the third place into their space without having to open up a cafe. In my first co-living, I had the opportunity to do so because the space was unfurnished and I worked with the property owner to furnish it. I distinctly remember the owner asking me where to put a TV, and I said, instead of a TV, I would rather have two couches facing each other so that people can easily sit across from each other and chit-chat. On top of that, I could have converted a big room into an additional bedroom, but instead, I wanted it to be open so that I can use it as co-working. Both of these spaces acted as small third places. As a community facilitator, you likely won't have the agency to implement any big structural changes or even move around furniture, but understanding this concept and how it applies to a co-living space will help you decide which co-living space to go to. Some spaces have this concept well integrated into the co-living space, while others may not.